What's up, puppies? DTreats here, and this is gonna be the final video in my discussion of serious topics. Number one, uh, so when they ended up, quote unquote, pulling the plug and taking her off life support, she passed away. We all sat in this little conference room for a good 5 hours, just talking, like just totally avoiding what had just happened. Like we were chatting about how my phone's at the HDT store, and how just like everyone's day is going, how work is and everything. And it was for the first couple weeks after she passed away. I don't think I thought about it even once, except for the day when I got home and it happened. I just completely shut it out of my mind. I didn't even think about it, not just because it was just I didn't realize it even happened. It was because before that, as far as I knew, my mom was fine. Up until the moment when I heard she was on life support, I thought my mom was fine. Okay, she was skinny. Okay, she was an alcoholic. She had eating problems. She was a smoker. That's all fine and dandy. That's nothing. It's whatever. People get over that shit. But then she's on life support. She's dying. That it just hit me that very instant. I find out 5 minutes before she dies, and so it's now been like, I don't know, maybe 10 months since the event, and I'm just now, this is why I'm making the commentary now, I'm just now starting to realize how much I avoided it. I ended up stopping playing Xbox around September after it had happened. I stopped hanging out with friends and stuff. I met Coco right then, and that was good 'cause she definitely helped me get by. I met her like 20 days after my mom passed. But everything in my life changed. It all sort of started to slow down, and I started to see things, from other people's point of view and stuff. Like, I started to realize that, the world doesn't revolve around me, and that there's, a lot more to this life than just this what I can see of it at this moment. Only being 17 at the time when she died, and I'm 18 now, and everything just like it was like the greatest lesson I ever learned. You can't take anything for granted and stuff. And now that I look back on it, at first, whenever I did think about it, I thought how my mom was a complete bitch the past 5 years, drinking and yelling at me, and just not buying me dinner and making me having to fucking bike to the store and use my money and shit. And I look back on it and I thought to myself, how could she be this complete bitch to me for 5 years and then just fucking die and leave me? And that was the wrong view on it, because now that I see it, she was consumed by the alcohol. Because before that, she did love me. She did care for me. She always treated me with respect. She treated everyone. She was a great woman, a great mom, a great wife, and she was that way to everyone. And the alcohol just like consumed her life, and it turned into this completely different person. And so what I try to remember now is I try to remember the nice, happy mom who would, let me help her make dinner that night, or who would tuck me into bed, or go out and buy me candy or something cool like that, But you just can't look at the negatives like that stuff. But that's basically, to sum it up, why I quit Xbox for those months. The fact that it all kind of slowed down and got boring, and then my mom passing away, I didn't have the motivation to do much of anything anymore. But you might say I was a little bit depressed at the time, but I didn't really understand it. But now that I'm back and I'm understanding of everything, and I know how things happen in life now, I'm definitely better. And I just feel like by getting my story out, hopefully anyone with like the same issue of someone alcoholic or something can relate to me and see this and try to help them. And just for me in general, try to help myself by telling the story. Hopefully I can get some things off my chest. And this has been Optic HDTreats. I appreciate you all for watching this. Sorry if this was just an annoying little story or something, but I really hope you all take this video to heart and can appreciate it. But yeah, I'll see y'all later.